Hello, welcome to another US Geoguessr Professor video where I'm going to take you through 5 rounds in IG, Ohio, Intersectionguessr, Ohio. We're going to be playing 5-minute rounds. I'm going to be providing you with some commentary, some analysis to help you with your GeoGuessr game, particularly in Ohio. I know many of you are gearing up for the Duels League on US Geoguessr, and hopefully I can be a little bit of help in the US. First thing I notice here, blue street signs, Lander Road, Oakville Road. Blue almost immediately makes me think of Cleveland. For sale, okay. We could definitely be Cleveland suburbs. These are not Cleveland street signs, but they remind me of ones that are in some immediate Cleveland suburbs. Thinking places like Lakewood, Solon around there. The more I think, maybe Solon is a good thought. Cornerstone Community Church, Mayfield. Okay, so not Solon, most likely Mayfield Heights. And let's go back to our origin here. Oakville and Lander. Lander seems to be a pretty major road north-south. Let's take a look at Mayfield Heights. Here we are. There's Lander. And let's get our cross street, Oakville. There's Lander and Oakville right in the middle of Mayfield Heights. So thanks, Cornerstone Community Church. I definitely thought with those blue street signs we would be in inner Cleveland suburbs, and I was correct. Mayfield Heights, not a bad start. Let's go on to round 2. Okay, this also looks a little suburban. Lack of sidewalks, that's definitely the first thing I notice, along with black stop signs. Black back signs, that is interesting. Logan Circle. This is going to be good meta. I'm going to have to remember where these black stop signs are. I don't recall ever really seeing them in Ohio before. Here we get a green Beacon Journal newspaper box. That is Akron, or at least Akron Metro. Beacon Journal is Akron's daily newspaper. So we are in Northeast Ohio. I think any 330 area code we get is going to confirm that. Yep, 330. So we're definitely Akron. Possibly Akron suburbs, but the more I run around, the more this really just looks like we're in city of Akron. Here we see another version of the Ohio license plate. We have this red, white, and blue design here. You'll notice both of these cars have front plates, but of course in Ohio you get a lot of front plates, you get a lot of no front plates. This place looks pretty cool. Woody's. Looks like Beaver mascot. I swear I've been here at GeoGuessr before. The Sandbar. This place looks really familiar. I think I've been here in GeoGuessr, but not IRL. These are definitely more Akron kind of street signs. South Main Street, South Brant. There's the Sandbar. South Main and more. So let's zoom in on Akron. Let's see if we can pinpoint a little bit. I think we are, like I say, probably in the city, but we could be getting into like Portage Lakes a little bit. We might be. Here's South Main and Moore Road. So Moore is going to be going off to the east. Are we approaching Portage Lakes? Let's see. There's West Warner, Killian. Yeah, we're definitely in Portage Lakes. There's Woody, there's Sandbar, Moore. Okay. So going back to the origin, we know we're now near Akron, Portage Lakes. For some reason, Portage Lakes just like comes up a lot, an awful lot. For me, on IG Ohio, I'm going to remember these black backstop signs though. I see we are here at what must be Moore and Logan Circle, Portage Lakes. suburban Akron. Good way to start with a 10K. This, again, looks like suburbs. You'll definitely get a lot of that in Ohio. First thing's street sign, Bryce Road. These look familiar, but I'm not immediately placing where those street signs with the thick borders are. I know I've seen them. They kind of have the thicker upper and lower, like I say, edges or borders on them. Summit Lane, South Landerwood. Okay. Don't instantly recognize where we are. I think this is going to be a bit of a challenge. Lander Road, South Woodland Road. Okay, 500 feet ahead. Lander Road, South Woodland. So let's get this intersection here. 440. Okay. So that tells me we are again in Cleveland suburbs. Wait a second. Lander Road. Weren't we on Lander before? Here we are in Mayfield Heights. I feel like we're... Okay, Lander Road. Deja vu. Okay. So here we are at Lander again. And Woodland. Lander, South Woodland. I think we're a little bit south of Mayfield, where we were before. Yeah, Woodmere, Ohio. So let's return to origin. We were at Bryce. And... that's Summit Lane. Bryce and Summit Lane. Okay. Interesting. There's Bryce and Summit Lane at Lander. Okay. So just a few miles away from where we were before in Mayfield Heights. Pepper Pike. Southeast Cleveland suburbs this time. See if we can get a little variety. Yeah, I don't necessarily like rural, but this is at least out of the suburbs, right? Hilly. Rural. Certainly not eastern Cleveland suburbs, although they can get hilly too. Have to move, though, just a little bit to see where we might possibly be. Okay, here's a distinct Ohio, or pair of Ohio. State highway signs, 285, 146, Senecaville and Summerfield. Okay, Senecaville and Summerfield. Pleasant City. Interesting. These street signs are very distinctive. Marietta and Green Street. Okay, Marietta and Green. I would not think that we're anywhere near Marietta, Ohio, although we might be. Be nice to get a area code here, so we can get more of a sense of where in the state we are. Jeffersonian. Okay. The Jeffersonian. Senecaville, Somerville, Pleasant City. Okay. I think I have enough to at least start scanning a little bit. This is challenging. I think the Jeffersonian, I'm tempted to go over here in like Jefferson County area. Pleasant City, Senecaville. Yeah, here's Pleasant City, Senecaville, Summerfield. So we're really just smack in between. Senecaville, Summerfield, and Pleasant City. So most likely suspect here, right? Are we in Sarahsville? Certainly someplace I've never heard of before, but certainly appears that way. There's Marietta and Green. So at least put a pin down and then go back to where we were. So appears we are in Sarahsburg. I learn something every day. We at least get a street sign here going south. Washington Street. So we are just north of Washington. And just north of this intersection here of Green and Marietta. So where's my pin? There's Green, there's Marietta, there's Washington. Getting tricky though. I don't think this is Washington. This is going to be the next intersection up. Jackson Street, Noble Alley. Huh. Well, I still have 2 minutes left. I'm not going to kill my 5K. We're looking south towards Washington. That has to be where we are. Sarahsville Road, 285, this intersection. Yep. 17 yards. Got a little bit lucky there. It wasn't quite lined up. I'm going to just take a second and look at that. Sarahsville, Ohio, huh? Over in what? Near Cambridge. Southeast Ohio. Cool. All right, let's take us to our last round. A little bit rural. I think we had 5 good rounds here. Auglaize River. Okay. Auglaize River would certainly make me think of Auglaize County. That's up by Wapakoneta, south of Lima, if I am not mistaken. I believe Wapakoneta, county seat of Auglaize County. I want to take a look at this Ohio highway sign. Junction 190, Auglaize River. Here is Wapakoneta. Certainly the Auglaize River might not take us through Auglaize County or anywhere near it. I actually think we might be slightly farther north than that, if I had to guess. So we have 190, we have some other distinctive Ohio State highway signs. We are going to be able to 25K this. 189. This memorial certainly looks interesting. Where are we there? I'm going to have to return and check that out a little bit. Maybe IRL even. Looks like we're certainly getting into civilization. The Fort Jennings State Bank, okay. Well, you know, I'm really getting some places I've never heard of in Ohio. Fort Jennings, Ohio, okay. 190, 189 off the Auglaize River. Certainly we have to be in northwest Ohio, I would think, somewhere around Wapakoneta, Fort Shawnee. I'm going to have to check out Fort Jennings. Yeah, there you are, northwest of Lima. So there's the Auglaize River. It must go right through or around, yeah, maybe west of Lima. Okay, Fort Jennings, 189, 190. There's that intersection. Here, however, we are looking at Road 22S, just a little bit east of Fort Jennings. So where is Road 22S? 189, there we go, 22S. Nice. Let's do a little debriefing, a little breakdown. Last video, mostly in Northeast Ohio. We didn't get much variety in this one either. We had a lot of Cleveland and Akron suburbs. Those can be a little bit tricky. In round 1, we were in Mayfield Heights off of Lander Road. Found that pretty quickly. In round 2, just south of Akron in Portage Lakes, really getting into like South Portage Lakes. It's kind of cool how many lakes really are actually in Portage Lakes, as you can see. It's really kind of a fun suburb of Akron. Round 3, we were back up in Cleveland suburbs off of Lander Road again. That made it easy. Once my memory kicked in, I'm going to take another look at that. Was that in Pepper Pike, or was it in another suburb? What was our address there? Yeah, Pepper Pike. Round 3. Round 4 took us down south of Cambridge in a little town I've never heard of, Sarahsville, but we were able to line up the Ohio State highways. And then extreme northwest Ohio, Fort Jennings, another little town I have not heard of or been to. Again, lining up some state highways. So hopefully you learned a little bit about Ohio. Proud of another 25K in my home state. And thank you for watching.